Okay, you might be wondering why we're shooting a video of hiking boots. Well, these aren't just your average hiking boot. Peter Lyman and Sons has been custom building hiking boots for many years, and these are actually 25 years old, so this is like a 25th anniversary video of my Limmer boots. And first learned of these, I saw John Harder was doing a road test of a car, and I asked him about the boots that he was wearing at the time. It was a snowy day, and he was just doing a road test, and they had these cool looking boots on. And I said, what are those? And he said, well, those are Limmer boots. Limmer, however you pronounce it, L-I-M-M-E-R. And he said they're custom made, and he says there's quite a waiting list to get them, but they're well worth it. They're fantastic boots. So I got on the waiting list, and at that time it was only about 6 months, 6 or 8 months, something like that. And I got the boots. They sent me a whole kit to trace my feet and measure and everything, and I got the boots, and very stiff, not really that comfortable. And then I read about them more, and there's quite a break-in that you have to go through. It takes quite a while to break these in. Some people say it takes them a couple of months. Mine, I started wearing them from time to time, just enough to, so my feet weren't killing me. And then slowly but surely I could wear them more and more. And then they did get more and more comfortable. And now they're very comfortable. They're a heavy boot though. I've heard estimates of 4.5 pounds between them. So that may be the case. But anyway, they're a heavy boot. They're very heavy duty. They use what's called a Norwegian welt construction. It's a single piece of top grain leather that it actually comes from Germany, from an 18th century tannery in, let's see, it's Wegberg, I guess, W-E-G-B-E-R-G, Germany. Supposedly it's 16 hours of labor to build these things, 3.2 millimeter thick leather. And one of the things I'm going to show you here that is really unique to these boots, let me get this one out of the way, is, I don't know how well, yeah, that's focusing on it now a little bit. There is a seam here, and there's 6 rows of stitching. And that is the only seam in this piece of leather. This is all one piece. You see here, there's no seam in the back. And hopefully that is focusing in on that. No seam in the back, and the leather does break in nicely. It's, again, thick, very heavy leather. They have since started selling off-the-shelf, non-custom made boots that look very similar to this, but from what I've seen on most of them, the tongue here is a little bit different. It actually has a padded tongue here instead of this leather piece. This kind of goes together, and this becomes the tongue. The 2 upper pieces, so a little slightly different, but very, very similar. And they're, I think, around $350 for the off-the-shelf boot that you don't have to wait as long. I understand now they still make these custom boots, but it's at least 2 years wait to get your hands on these, and I think they're around $650 thereabouts. So nice to know that this kind of old world quality is still available at any price. And these are made in New Hampshire. I think it's called Intervale, New Hampshire. And they've got a shop there. And you can go in and tour the place and talk to them. And just a really interesting hiking boot. And again, these are 25 years old. Haven't had a lot of heavy use. I've done some mountain hiking in them. I used to wear them quite often riding my motorcycle. Extremely rugged leather. It gets some marks here and there. You just wipe it off. It's bulletproof. And they will repair them, by the way. If you ever wear out the soles, and again, I haven't worn these on pavement a lot, so the soles are not worn out. If you ever wear out the soles, you can send them to them and they will repair them. And there are people that literally wear these boots their entire life, their entire adult life, and get great service out of them. They actually, I think the Fish and Wildlife people up there in New Hampshire, they actually issue these to them, but they issue the the non-custom made ones. And they wear them all for their work. So anyway, that's a look at Limmer boots. Fantastic boot if you want a really high quality boot to wear for work or whatever, and you want something that's, once it's broken in, that's very, very comfortable. You're looking at it right here, but you're going to pay the price if you want the custom. And even if you want the off-the-shelf at $350, they're not cheap, but from all accounts, even the off-the-shelf ones are extremely well made, very similar to this boot, and will last you an exceptionally long time. So there you go. Limmer boots, share your comments.